I am so done with Sakamoto. You don't even understand right now. Like, not done is in the case that I'm gonna drop this series. I'm done. Okay, so this week's episode, episode 5 of Sakamoto Desu. Okay, so this episode we get back, the guy that I said wanted to come back, Hayabusa. He was from episode 3 when, remember, Sakamoto was the underling for Maruyama for the time being till he eventually traumatized him by the end of the episode. And they come back in this episode basically focusing on Maruyama's basically his revenge towards Sakamoto. So Hayabusa took it upon himself as the head delinquent of all second years and possible first years. He took it upon himself to get revenge for Maruyama because of the trauma he had to face against Sakamoto. And he's hearing out Sakamoto is all bad news, and this guy, you don't want to get involved with him. So he tries to go up against Sakamoto. First thing, he goes into his class and he asks him the question, "Lend me your face." And this is where I was completely done. Hence the fight that's about to happen later on. Sakamoto, when he hears "lend me your face," what he does is he takes out clay out his bag that was in plastic, the clay that you can buy from our stores or something, and he slams his face into the clay. And he says, "Here, I need this back." This part always gets me laughing. "I need this back by tomorrow at third period for my art class." And then you should have seen all the girls in the class turn 360. They went from quiet little angels to bloodthirsty, thirsty Sakamoto demons fighting Hayabusa for the clay. They call the clay Sakamoto Jr. I was completely done. And then he's telling Sakamoto, "Meet me by the riverside by I think 4 o'clock." So Hayabusa's underlings are trying everything they can to aggravate and push Sakamoto over the edge so that he can actually go and fight Hayabusa. And the final straw was when they took Kobata and they shaved off all his hair. And we seen Kobata, fretting, thinking of trying a new hairstyle, and then he gets caught up in the situation and he gets his whole hair shaved off. Sakamoto, in replace for Kobata's hair, he takes a trash bag and makes hair out of it like a mop head. I probably would have fought him for that. So he meets Hayabusa by the riverside, and just before they get to fight, they're caught by a patrolling officer, and Sakamoto does an alternative. Instead of actually, giving blows for blows, instead they did this type of activity that the officer used to do when he was younger, where it's called pushing somo. So you keep your hands up like this, and the person in front of you, you're trying to push each other till one of you topples over. So you can't move from your spot. You have to stay stuck in your spot. You can't move an inch or anything. And whoever topples over first is the loser, and the person remaining standing is the winner. So it gets into like an epic battle of pushing and shoving and throwing hands, and to the point where Sakamoto puts his hand in the air, and the underlings of Hayabusa, thinking that Sakamoto's gonna summon lightning because it was raining, and they thought he was gonna summon lightning and possibly kill Hayabusa, and everybody's on edge like, "Oh my god, this guy's gonna get lightning and he's gonna strike Hayabusa, run, get out of here." And Hayabusa, him being a delinquent and staying true to his creed, he's like, "No, I'm not running out anywhere." And Sakamoto always has an alternative for all of his weird things. And really, the reason why he had his hand in the air was to get a taxi. And then to push Hayabusa into the taxi. He's like, so you won't catch a cold. You can't be in this rain too long, so we don't want you to catch a cold and feel under the weather. So that's the whole point. I was doing that while I was still fighting people with one hand. There's always a motive and alternative in Sakamoto's plans, but it's just the way he goes about it that just makes me go, what the hell is wrong with this boy? Okay? And so, their fight ends, and again, another person learns another lesson from Sakamoto. I hope to see Hayabusa many more times in this show. He's my second favorite male of the series after Sakamoto. And then there was a little second part, which Sakamoto was feeling under the weather, so it was following up from what happened with their fight in the rain. And he goes into the school's kitchen, and you would have thought he had something in there, and he takes out a long green onion and ties it around his neck like a tie and wears it around the school, and the girls are growing crazy. He's like, oh my god, he's wearing that! Oh my god, it's only usually used for cold. Like, doesn't he smell? Like, are you guys that thirsty for this guy that even if he does smell, it's because he's Sakamoto? Like, it's fine. That was the part that just got me. Like, what the heck, man? Like, he smells, but you're still googling and going gaga over this guy, and I'm like, really? So that's basically it for this week's episode. Like, once again, Sakamoto has me. I don't know. I enjoy watching this show, but like, yo, this guy is just too much for me to handle to watch each week, man. Seriously. So if you saw this week's episode of Sakamoto Desu ga, do tell me in the comment section below. The links are in the description box, so you guys can go check that out. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!